welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite baby girl Femi in the building. It's good to see you, it's good to have you back, and if today is your first time on this channel, I'm saying a very big thank you to you. Thank you for dropping by, thank you for joining us. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, be a part of my family, because my family is not complete without you. And to my old subscribers, thank you for always keeping it locked down in Femi's Corner. Today, as from the title, I'm going to be sharing questions, likely questions you get, and questions that I myself have been asked in interview, and other questions that you could be asked by your interviewer during your interview for the role of an healthcare assistant. The interviewer would want to meet you. You could hear something like, "Can I meet you?" Nobody's asking for your biography. Nobody wants to know the number of kids your parent has, how much money you have, things like that, things that are so personal. Basically, they know your name, they know who you are already. So if you want to skip the name part, you could always skip that. But if you feel more comfortable, or you feel you're going to flow a lot better with your name, you could just reintroduce yourself. "Hello everybody, my name is so." And so then you go into your educational background. That's the first thing you want to talk about. "I'm a graduate of so. Then I did my master's in so years." Then you want to move to your experience. This is what really matters here, because in the UK they are so big on experiences and skills rather than what you have. Sorry to say, that is how it just works. So your experience, you want to expand and talk more about your experience. If you already have experience in the care sector, you want to talk more about that. If you have experience in other places, you want to talk about that. Then do not forget your certifications that you've gotten. You want to talk about them. "Oh, I have a certification in manual handling. I have a certification in first aid. I have a certification in this and this." So you want to talk about that briefly. You don't have to go into details, just summarize it. The next question you get asked is, "Why would you like to be a care assistant?" Like, why do you want this? And usually this question is best answered in two ways. First off, you would tell them why you actually want to be a healthcare assistant. You need to tell them the qualities you will be adding, the values you will be adding into the organization. I mean, if you don't have anything to bring to the table, they're not going to employ you. You need to impress them. Start with something like, "I've always had the passion for helping people." The hospital's designation as an emergency and first-hand care is definitely of interest to me. And also, I would love to work in a company that makes a difference in people's lives as well as communities' well-being. You may also want to make reference to your education background or academic if you know it is related or is in relation to this care job. You can always say, "My academic and my education has always been predominantly centered around this area." You want to talk about the job description. This would give your employer an idea of, oh, you've actually checked them out, you know what you're actually here for. That means you've done your background check. Having researched the job description and the required competence for this role, I feel I would gain a lot of job satisfaction from this role while contributing positively to the growth of the organization. So that you keep that very short and straightforward, because you don't want to bore them with too much talk. And when you are talking to them, mention the care home or the organization that is actually employing you. That will give them a sense of belonging, that okay, you're actually carrying them along. It's a lot better when you say "hello so" than just "hello." It brings this familiarity sort of ideas, if you understand, if that makes. Can ask you, what are the 6 C's in care? So the first C is actually care itself: care, courage, competence, commitment, compassion, and communication. So that is what you're expected to say in case you come across a question like that. Most times they tend to be more practical and want to know what you would do, how you're going to do it. So your interview may ask you, "How would you deal with an aggressive patient?" Because it's a care home who have patients that will have dementia. And while you're doing this, you could always check, read through it, know what dementia is, because I've actually been asked what dementia is, what do I know about dementia. So you want to do your background check, know the definition of dementia, know what causes dementia, readings, do your research about what you're going to be doing. Make sure you check your job description and know what you'll actually be doing. You understand? How would you deal with an aggressive patient? Of You yourself, that is the carer, you must be calm. After that, you check the environment for safety. If there's anything, if you think you yourself will be in danger, or the patient, him or herself, is in danger, you need to call for help or backup. There would always be an emergency alarm that you can ring. You ring the bell, then you try as much as possible to calm the patient down while giving your distance. That would sort it out, guys. They would always ask you this question because they want to know what you are going to do. It's a very tricky one, guys. Every interviewer would ask you, what would you do if you're walking by and you see your fellow staff, you see another staff assaulting a resident or a patient? What would you do? The best and the only answer you want to say is you're going to report. Like whistle blowing, you have to blow the whistle, guys. You're going to report to the team lead or the nurse that is on duty. You have to blow your whistle. You don't keep things like that to yourself. Your interviewer might ask you, what would you do if you're faced with a situation that requires you to improvise an equipment or something? Under no circumstance should you improvise. So the best way to answer this is, I would work based on my protocol and according to the standard operating procedure. Under no circumstance am I required to improvise. I would rather wait to get the equipment working or the actual equipment to use. Do not improvise, because if anything happens, you might hurt yourself or hurt the resident. Your interviewer would ask you, what do you understand by confidentiality? Guys, it's just a simple breakdown. Confidentiality, you give the definition of what you understand. Definition of confidentiality. What does confidentiality means to you? It's just about being discreet. It's about keeping your mouth shut. Whatever happens at work stays at work. You don't take work matters out, and you don't mention names, and you have to be stern at that. Your interviewer would ask you, what do you understand by equality and diversity? Equality and diversity simply means everybody is equal. All man is equal, irrespective of their belief, irrespective of their gender preference, irrespective of their color, irrespective of their race, irrespective of their opinion. We are all the same, and everybody is the same. No one is more important than the other. You have to treat everybody fair and right. I would ask you that, could you give an example of a time you've been a good team player? While you are giving your scenario or something, if it's something you just walked up in your brain or it actually happened, under no circumstance should you mention name. I did this before and I actually didn't get the job because I mentioned name. So you have to be discreet. Whatever happens at work, you have to keep people's identity safe. So do not mention name at all. Or the highest you could do is patient A, patient B, and patient C. Do not mention anybody's name, even if you're just forging the story or you're formulating it. How would you deal with infection control? You just tell them you would work according to the protocol that's been laid down. Then you can also include, while you're working, you would always wear your full PPE. Then you don't repeat PPEs for each patient. After you've attended to a patient, you discard all your PPEs. You wash your hand under running water. You apply your alcohol and sanitizer. Then you put a brand new PPE on before you move to another room or another patient. That way you're curtailing infections, and you're trying to control it, and you're not spreading it. And if you feel unwell, you ring your manager or the nurse on duty to inform them that you're not well, so that you will not spread anything that is going on with you. Guys, I'm saying a very big thank you to you. I hope this answers almost all your questions, if not all of your questions. If you've got questions for me, drop them in the comment section below. I would be more than happy to answer you guys. So guys, till I come your way next time, keep it locked down with Pemi's Corner. Please and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I need you guys. This is going to be like a motivation for me to keep going. Thank you so much. If this has been helpful to you, or you've gained one or two things, the best way to say thank you to me is by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Cheers. Bye.